I think the climate always presents challenges for a team more so than for me as an individual player and being the goalkeeper. The climate that we have in the UK is cold and rainy and grey, and then you get into the tropical weather in Trinidad, and that's always a tough transition because 90 minutes feels a lot longer and a lot heavier than it does when the weather is cool.
Training here in Miami, it's been good. Obviously the weather is pretty warm, and will be similar to what we experience when we get down to Trinidad, and in that aspect it's preparing us for that game, but also it's preparing us for Friday in terms of knowing that the warm weather here is probably helping in terms of fitness.
Well, it's definitely to get used, at least for a couple of days, to the heat, because they're coming from all over the places as always. Especially in Europe, you have the winter coming along pretty soon, and from St. Louis going down all the way to Trinidad Tobago is challenging. So that's why we said let's meet here, get 3 days in of nice training, but also nice and hot weather. That gives them a little bit of a sense for Trinidad Tobago.
I think the challenge in preparing for St. Vincent is exactly that. You don't have a lot of footage on some of these players. Oftentimes they don't play in major leagues around the world, and so you're trying to get an understanding of what their rhythm and what their tempo is like as a team and also individually, and that's difficult. And so I think you try and draw from teams that may be similar to them. Antigua, for example, Barbados, for example. Teams that are going to have similar players of similar stature and skill sets, and you try and replicate that as best you can.
I think the team is probably, we're probably ending our transition. I think a lot of guys are starting to show themselves, which is great for us going into this next cycle. And I think we're in a good place. I think we're in a good moment, and the game in St. Louis comes at a good time, at home, against, obviously it won't be an easy game, but against an opponent that we feel that we can beat. And I think it's going to be, hopefully it can lead to a good start for us in this qualifying campaign.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight standing at center court, holding the flag of the United States of America, please welcome members of the United States national soccer team and military personnel from the United States Southern Command.
That we've got good players and we know we're a good team, but that's not enough when you play these games. You have to be up for the battle and the competitiveness that comes with World Cup qualifying, and you can't take your foot off the gas. Friday night it won't be an easy game by any means, and we know that, and it'll present its own challenges, and it's a game that we have to be ready for.
I didn't get a chance to take a part in the last World Cup, and to watch the guys was great, but it was tough watching and not being able to play and then being part of those special moments. So for me, it's that much motivation to try and get to Russia and play in that World Cup and experience what all those guys got to experience, which was an amazing feeling.
To get everyone down here for a few days here in Miami, it's been really good. obviously we'll set off to go to St. Louis and hopefully take care of business on Friday, and then we'll turn our attention to Trinidad. And you know, this first part of the trip here in Miami is with one eye, you know, in terms of preparing us for these games.
What's up, everyone? On our way to St. Louis. Can't wait to be home.